The first pieces of track have been installed for the new drifting coaster being built at Universal Studios Florida. Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift is set to open next year, and we're already seeing track weaving through the new ride station building. The maintenance structure is being enclosed, and work starting on the 170-foot tall vertical spike. Let's check in on construction for the coaster, as well as demolition work happening in the Lost Continent in today's news update. From inside of Universal Studios Florida, we can see a crane lifting elements into place for a new roller coaster being built near the sound stages at the left side of the theme park. Replacing the former Hollywood Rip Ride rocket coaster, the new Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift will be Universal Orlando's tallest roller coaster when it opens in 2027. The first pieces of track were installed recently, located at the back left corner of the park. These first pieces run from an elevated track switch directly to the coaster's station building, confirming that the load and unload areas will be on the upper level of the structure. This also confirms that the ride will have a dual load platform, just like the coaster by the same name opening this year at Universal Studios Hollywood. Unlike Hollywood's version, Orlando's track is a different color. The track here appears to be light gray or silver with its shine, and the supports are dark blue. The color combination is quite different from the dark gray of Hollywood's version. In the overhead aerial photos by BioReconstruct, we can see this track switch platform where the track diverges into two tracks before heading into the station. The station is located directly behind the old Ghostbusters firehouse facade. Inside of the station building, we can spot two elevator shafts, constructed from concrete blocks. We can see the opening for this elevator shaft leading to the track on the upper level. All of the track pieces that have been installed so far are flat, specifically for use in the station area. More track can be found staged in a staging lot located across the street from Epic Universe, a couple miles south of the construction site. So far, not much track has shown up, with most pieces still being the flat ones that are to be used at the station area and the maintenance bays. We do see 5 pieces of actual ride track with curves and a spine. These few pieces can give us an idea of what the actual ride track will look like, but there still needs to be a lot more delivered before we can see the ride itself take shape. There are, however, plenty of coaster supports ready to go. Even more of these bold blue supports are being delivered and unloaded in these aerial views. Back at the work site, we can see a second set of elevated track switches located at the other end of the station building. A small utility building was retained during demolition, wrapped in protective plastic, and can now be seen with track support straddling it so that track can safely pass overhead. The large track switch platform on this side of the station building will not only allow the two tracks to converge back into one for the ride, but will also allow for the trains to be taken off and back onto the course from the maintenance building. The maintenance building is located nearby, tucked away at the back of the area and farther away from the theme park. The opening for the maintenance building is on this corner, facing the track switch platform. In the days since these aerial views were taken, we've started to see the walls go up along the side of the maintenance structure. In addition to housing multiple track spurs to hold several additional trains for storage and upkeep, the large maintenance building will also serve other backstage purposes. Known as Building 51A, permits have described the structure as also being utilized for storage, utilities, and team member areas. Recent inspection notes confirm there will be utilities like a mechanical room, storage spaces for operations, events, production, security, and tech services, as well as offices, an employee break room with restrooms, and an employee training area. Moving now to the far end of the coaster's footprint, to the large area closest to City Walk, here is where most of the ride's footers have been installed. This area will house the largest amount of track for the ride, including the 170-foot tall vertical spike, which will start here on these track switch platforms before rising up nearly 17 stories above City Walk. The coaster cars themselves will have the ability to rotate a full 360 degrees, so they may start ascending the spike facing forward, but they can rotate back to face the other direction as they fall back, with the track switch having switched in the meantime. A power station has been built here to serve the launch for the ride's signature spike and the track switch. The brick walls for the power control room look to have been completed. Several electrical transformers have been installed behind the power room as well, seen here surrounded by multiple coaster footers. Connections for the coaster supports can now be seen sticking out of the top of most of the footers in this area, ready for supports and track to be installed. The areas of the ride's footprint between the station building and City Walk are not as far along though. These are new footers recently poured and prepared here, located on the site of the former Rip Ride Rockets coaster station. We can see this red wall with pictures in this area as the last remaining remnants from the old rocket attraction. Near here, the area directly behind the Music Plaza stage is the last to be prepared for track, still needing coaster footers to be installed. Looking from inside the park, work walls have been extended out, blocking a large part of the pathway. Utility work is ongoing, and sections of the street here needed to be removed to access the pipes below. We're still not certain where the ride's entrance will be. If the ride does not enter through one of these facades facing the street, it's likely we will enter the attraction at the end of the street, just to the right of the firehouse, walking under the track as it passes from the switch track back to the station. Universal did confirm that Fast and Furious Supercharged will officially close in 2027, but fans are noticing that things are already starting to disappear from the queue. Several show cars have been removed from multiple locations around the attraction, including within the main indoor queue space. All of the cars at the ride's exit have been removed as well. Letty's turbo truck was moved from a latter section of the queue to the main queue area to help fill some of the empty space during this time. Where the truck was located is now closed off to guests, which usually happens around this time of year to help prepare for the installation of a Halloween Horror Nights haunted house. We still do not have any idea as to what will replace Fast and Furious Supercharged, or if the shuttered attraction will remain abandoned for some time after closing next year. The Hollywood Drift roller coaster is set to open next year in Orlando, but Universal Studios Hollywood's version will be opening this summer. The ride there has been testing continuously, and Universal Parks CEO Mark Woodbury was spotted riding in the front row last week. Before we go, demolition work is starting in the Lost Continent at Islands of Adventure next door. Work walls have now gone up around both Sinbad and Poseidon's Fury. All plants and trees have been removed around the Sinbad Stunt Show Theater as land is being cleared for heavy equipment access. We can see yellow markings on the concrete here. Some concrete is already starting to be removed in this area. Poseidon's Fury, which got its work walls after Sinbad, saw the water turned off on its front facade, and trees are being removed from in front of it as well. Demolition work on the structures themselves has not yet started, but permits for this work have been issued by the county, so as soon as they're done clearing the land around them, demo work on the buildings can begin. Check out our recent vlog for rumors and speculation on what will be taking over Lost Continent and more. That video can be found on our second channel, Park Stoppers. Subscribe there for more in-park updates. A big thanks to BioReconstruct for the amazing aerial views in today's update. You can follow him on social media and YouTube for more theme park photography. If you like what we do, consider supporting us at patreon.com/themeparkstop. Thanks for watching. See you next time.